Thank you.
Over the top. Over the top. Stage fights.
After the play, real fights!
That's a joke! I'm sorry, miss. What did you say?
I divorced her.
Happiness, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'll say street smart.
Yeah.
It's like it was on the streets back about 400 years ago.
Yeah.
Dramatic.
Political manipulation, period.
I love the way the music added to the movie.
The music,
Jake Merriman Supreme.
Great audience.
Bill can give you my $5 thank you.
Really nice job on the dress outfit.
The cameraman. Yeah. Everyone. Yeah. Prison food. Nice try.
Plebeians!
Yeah! Ghosts?
Why not?
Hey, we couldn't do any of this without
Miss Martin!
I want to just have everybody have a chance to introduce themselves. So, deep and breathe. Can we go down the line and will you say your name, the character you played, and one of your favorite lines from the show, whether it's yours or someone else's. You don't have to get it exactly right, just pick something. Let's start on that end. Go ahead.
My name is Carl, Mark Anthony, and everything Casca does.
Yeah.
My name is Zachary Troy Wilhite, and I play Danis and Bundaris. Favorite line? I really love Jeff Wheeler's performance in that whole scene with the chopping their sweaty hands and the great deal of stinking breath foaming at the mouth. That's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Joseph Opeth. I played Lucius. Not so, my lord.
Josh Pryor, I played Calpurnia and Lepidus, and brush up your Shakespeare.
Jack Julius Caesar dying.
Stuart, Cassius, cowards die many times.
Valiant live but once.
Jeff Wheeler, Casca, and my favorite line, and it always will be, is Will Heights, tear them for their bad verses, and throwing them in the crowd.
Nicholas Sims, I played Portia, and I've said this for the last 3 shows, so we'll do it one more time. I had a dream last week, and I kid you not, I woke up, or not a dream, I woke up from my sleep, and I said, I grant I am a woman right when I woke up. And that's my favorite.
Josh Underhill, Waitness, I play Waitness and Aurelius. My favorite line, yeah!
My name's Nicholas Swift. I played Brutus once we went to war, and probably I shall find time, Cassius. I shall find time.
Ethan Boone, I play Duilius, one of the plebeians, and Cato the Younger. and my favorite line is one of Josh Pryor's many contributions.
Yeah! Great Shakespearean text.
I'm Chris Atkinson. I play Glennis the Soothsayer, and I also play Octavius Caesar. And I think that my favorite, it's a series of lines actually, and it is the complete swaying of the plebeians from one side to the other by Mark Antony. That is, to me, that is the most amazing thing.
Yeah.
Michael DeForge. I played Cinna the Conspirator and Lucilius. I think my favorite line is still, "Liberty! Freedom! Tyranny is dead!"
I'm Shad. Played Flavius in the beginning, and then Stewardess was an unnamed character who was the right-hand man to Mark Antony. And if I'm permitted 2 lines, I'll take them both from Mark Antony. Unleash the Dogs of War. Shakespeare actually borrowed that from Star Trek.
Yes, he did.
But I agree with Chris, the line, "If you have tears, prepare them now." The first time I saw Carl do that at a dress rehearsal, like, yeah, tears came, and every time I saw it since, so.
I'm Cody, and I'm Brutus, the real Brutus. Honestly, my favorite part isn't even a line, it's a scene, and it's where I get the hat back, and I go and give it to Caesar. That's really touching. And I wish that I could take credit for that, but it was not my idea. But it's amazing, and I get to play in it, so it's really fun.
I am Jasmine. I play Metella Cimber and Masala. My favorite line, I would have to say, "Mischief is afoot."
I am Jonathan Sanders. I play Decius Brutus, and I would have to say that my favorite line is right after Caesar says, "In this you have well expounded it," I go, "I have."
My name is Mitchell Phillips, and who'd have known it's good? I play that poor sucker who decides that yelling at people at the start of the show is a great idea. See how well that played out for me. But my favorite line, honestly, Mark Antony, with his remarks towards Octavius. "So is my horse."
We got Jeff. Jeff.
Hey, buddy.
Cooner. My favorite line actually was "The fault, dear Brutus." It's not in our stars, but in ourselves. But I think it actually has to change to "We will be satisfied." Let us be satisfied, for obvious reasons to us and not you.
Yeah, we'll go straight to questions. What?
You just said something about things that we've noticed, and I was over there, and everyone did a phenomenal job. Every year, everyone always does. Highlights for me, I've got two to point out. One is you, Carl. I don't know where that emotion comes from. It's almost scary, but amazing that you can pull that out in front of a crowd of strangers. That's phenomenal. And the second one, Jack, you would make a really great pimp.
But don't!
You've been directed not to.
We didn't hear it.
Yeah!
Any other questions anyone like to ask, or?
I'd like to hear from maybe a few people what the most fulfilling part of this whole experience has been.
Donuts.
That's the literal filling part, though.
Okay, do Zach and Carl.
For me personally, the most fulfilling part of this is that, well, simply that it exists, that it is allowed to exist within these walls. Mm-hmm. Having this be here, having this as an opportunity, something to become involved in, and the things that this program offers to all of us, for those of us who do live within these walls, this is not something that commonly exists. The emotion that we're able to share with each other, the camaraderie that really, this bond that we have with each other, to be able to do these things, to pour out our emotions and be okay with that, not only in front of you fine folks here, but in front of each other. Vulnerability is something here that gets taken advantage of every single day. So the fact that we can do that is an amazing thing, and I'm really thankful to all of you and to these guys.
To Carl, then Boone, then Jasmine, then Jeff.
Last year when we started doing Macbeth, Jake talked about how most people only use about 500 words. And that at almost any given time on a page you have this really limited vocabulary. But that's not the case in Shakespeare. And he didn't really go into why. And then this year for about 9 or 10 weeks, we went over why. And he was like, okay, we're gonna let go of all judgment statements and we're not gonna go, I feel, because it's just hiding our judgment statements, and we're going to start looking at it. And one of the things, like, I was not a fan of that at all. I'm not particularly known for being nice. And it was a real big struggle for me to say anything. It's changed the way that every single one of us communicate with everybody in our lives. Yeah. And the way that we allow conversations to go. And it's changed people Jake's never met because we've talked about why we're not making these statements, why we're not going to be involved in certain conversations. And it's opened an entire door. And with that vocabulary comes the power of deeper thought and just this intrinsic value to the things that we're saying that some of us had an idea of, but nowhere near what we've learned this year. And that's been my favorite part of that. And Jake, you are incredible.
So one of the most fulfilling moments for me was a couple of weeks ago we were talking, all of us were talking about the show, and Carl said that he always heard that there were no small parts in acting, and especially in Shakespeare, and that he thought that that was totally bogus until he watched the plebeians in their scene, and it completely changed his mind. And so that was really cool for me to know that me and my fellow plebeians could completely change someone's opinion of Shakespeare parts. That was really awesome.
So the most fulfilling part for me is you guys. We get to perform for you, for some of our fellow inmates, and nothing makes this more important than seeing the joy and the appreciation on your face. And we love and respect and admire you guys for coming out and seeing us perform.
It's being accepted into this family as a sophomore in this program, and being accepted in here with these guys, and being loved and cared for, and making lifelong friends that I hope to never lose. And being part of something that is so much bigger than myself, that that is the most fulfilling part of this whole thing for me. Just being accepted into something, put in the work, and having a place to go, and having this be the best part of my program, hands down.
So this is my family, and a lot of people that have come from the public, the outside world, have talked that some of these plays are some of the better plays that they've seen in comparison to professional theaters, and I think that's because there's no risk. There's no risk, like Zach said, to be vulnerable in the public. That something happens, you go home and get a bunch of nuggets and drown your sorrows. It's not. There's no risk to it. We're here. We have to trust each other because there's real risk. I mean, there's real physical, psychological, and emotional risk to what we do. And I love these plays. I've been doing this for quite some time now here, and this is my 11th play. And wow, so this is my. I like the plays, I do, but in comparison to the time that I get to spend with these men, I don't give a rat's ass how they come off. This is what it comes out to be the most important thing for me in here. This is what keeps me healthy and sane, is these guys.
And Wade. Men and women.
Yeah, men and women.
Chris?
Yeah, I gotta tell you, the most fulfilling thing for me is the I have, well, for one thing, I have a huge capacity for love for other people, and in this venue, I've had the absolute easiest time with these men and women to really be able to spread my love and to receive love from them. I have a huge capacity for that because I just love people wholly and 100%. But this has granted me the opportunity to love these men and women more than I ever would have thought would be possible in a place like this. And it's so to the point, and I also wouldn't have been granted this opportunity had I not been here. I can actually give Stu here a hug, and it's not awkward, which is really weird because Stu, you gotta ask Stu.
That's not what he says.
It's not awkward for me. But I've actually gotten hugs from Stu where I know for a fact that he did not feel awkward, no matter what he says. I don't care.
Nick. So two of the defining factors here in our day-to-day life is repetition and selfishness. That's really kind of what we're surrounded with on a constant basis. And to be able to join a group that everyone already has spoken into, I don't need to talk about just how amazing it is, to work together as a group towards a goal, not only because I want it to turn out well, which I do very much so, but because I know every one of these people are counting on me to do my very best. I had the bar, this is my third performance, and I came in my first year and watched the bar set so high for the work effort that the people around me put in, and I went, oh, this is something I can get behind. These amazing human beings put their heart into this stuff, and not only is there that aspect, but a large majority of you are family members to the people here, and some of the people here don't have family members who support them. Some of you are complete strangers who've shown up as part of Open Hearts, Open Minds, staff. Coming into this place, you carry a label with you for the rest of your life. And when you come out of here, there's a lot of fear and apprehension about facing a world that would rather see you go back to prison. And to be presented with just 70 faces that are supportive and understanding and want to see us be successful is more powerful than any of you can understand. So thank you all.
Yes.
It's a blessing.
Stu, then Joe, then Jeff, and then there was Mitch. Yeah.
All right, well, I don't usually just talk. I don't like to see the banter part of the end of the show. But this is my very last show, and this is so people who know me know I don't really like to express emotions that much. I don't really like to let people close. I don't like to, and I was always running. Like in life, I always ran from my emotions. I ran from my problems, the drugs and alcohol. I ran from my family. I never let people close enough to let them know that I care about them and love them. And when I first came to this group, I saw them as comrades. But over the last 3 plays, that's evolved. There's been a metamorphosis, and these guys are now my brothers. And I love each and every one of them. There's not one of them I don't love. And I don't really know how to show such affection, but theater helped me learn to cope with emotions I ran from and confront them and let them just exist and allow myself to communicate to you guys and others. You know, I never told my stepdad I loved him ever, you know. And the guy's been there for like half my life, and I just, you know, and now I can't, you know, I don't feel that weird about it. These guys hug me now. I don't like flinch or like freak out when they touch me. So you know.
Maybe you should.
But, no,
Chris, you're up.
That's what theater's done for me. I mean, it's made me more human, and it's made it okay for me to confront anger and sadness and joy. Most importantly, joy. So, you know, it's cathartic, and this needs to keep going. Also, I want to say one more thing. Sim said this last time, but Jake drove out here like every week. Drove out here, got up what, like 5, 6 in the morning or something. Drove all the way here all day long, and then like spent all his time and energy on us. Yeah, since March, you know, for half a year, he's devoted all his time and energy to make us better people. And like Carl said, you know, he taught us to stop using judgment words. He didn't just teach us theater. He didn't teach us how to be better actors. He taught us how to be better humans. And we really cannot. There's nothing we could say to really communicate to Jake, to convey to Jake that, you know, we appreciate you and we love you and you have made us better people.
And none of it would be possible without Miss Martin!
She's forbidden me from doing it at work because she's afraid it'll never die.
It's safe to say that Josh Fryer may not be here with us next time.
She actually really deserves it.
Yeah,
she
this
does.
is our
She
honest.
does.
She makes sure they get through security. She checks in and out with this ridiculously complex system. All of our clothes and make sure that we have them. She talks to everybody in security. They screwed up and they were like, oh, well, nobody's on the call out to come down. Nobody's on the call out to come see the play. And she spent all day long doing her work, doing her partner's work, and then fixing all of this so that we could do it for the other people in the institution. Not for one night, but for 2 nights.
Yes.
She deserves every clap.
Every single
Miss Martin, how many hours have you worked since last Saturday?
I've had one day off, let's put it that way.
Yeah, but how many 12 and 16-hour days have you worked?
I worked 3 16-hour days. Oh. And 8-hour days every day after that. 10 on.
And who do we love? Miss And Joe.
I've been also doing this quite a while, not quite as long as Josh and Josh, the Joshes. This is my 9th play. The most fulfilling thing, I'm glad that you asked that. And if you guys haven't already noticed by a lot of the answers, there's an underlying theme to what happens here as a result of this theater program and Open Hearts, Open Minds and everybody involved in it. This is healing. This is healing broken hearts. This is healing broken minds. This is healing relationships, families, individuals. And that you can't put a price on. That is what it's really about. That's what this program does for every single one of us. And all of you coming and supporting us is it's part of that. Every single thing that goes into this, from the smallest to the largest, contributes to that healing. And that's the most fulfilling thing.
That's Miss Barton, by the way.
Let her speak!
You will hear me! Peace home!
Thank you. So I pretty negative a lot, and it's very stressful. And so 3 years ago, they put out something asking if anybody would be willing to volunteer to help with this program, and I thought I need to do something else and see something a different way. And now I'm 3 years into it. And this year I wasn't supposed to do it, but it happened.
Cousin Smith Martin!
And really, I appreciate that, but you guys, I do it because I have to see things a different way here also. And as a staff member, sometimes that's really hard. So I appreciate what you guys have done to let me see that.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you. I actually tried to quit this year. Like all throughout life, I've like pretty much, been a chronic procrastinator and quitter. Stuck with theater for quite a few years, but the most satisfying and gratifying thing this year has been being able to personally witness phenomenal examples of compassion, of understanding. Like, it could have been just as easy like, oh yeah, forget about that guy, and I would have expected that. It wouldn't have been anything different than what could have been the norm, but having this group right here in your corner, I couldn't imagine missing this. Like, through the things that have happened this last 6 months, without this group and without my band, like, I don't know where I would be. This guy right here blew my mind. Like, I couldn't expect it. I was expecting to just go right back and just go twiddling my acoustic guitar a little bit, and I'm glad I wasn't able to do that. So thank you, Jake, and thank you, all of you, really.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So Mitch and Josh. Yeah. When I first came to this place, prison, my. First of all, you'd have never caught me in this situation with so many pairs of eyes staring expectantly at me. Thanks.
You better perform right now.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my baby. Sorry.
Play it for you if you want.
No, thank you. I know you will. Thank you. But this has been the most fruitful endeavor that I have ever taken on in my life. I don't think I've ever done anything more satisfying, more enlightening, more delightful, surprising, curious. And it's allowed me to grow exponentially faster than I think I ever would in such a place as this. And I owe it all to everybody in this room, really. But, I mean, I thank you, Jake, for taking time out of your life to allow us to do this. In the words of Cassius, Cassius, I cannot drink I cannot, how does it go, damn it?
All those eyes are watching you, right?
Shut up, Friar.
Not too much of Jake's love.
Thank you!
I think I'm working on my doctorate here. I've been in the program the longest, 10 years. But still have the same amount of plays with Josh.
That's my other favorite Josh. Josh is right there.
Higher ups be willing, I should have one more. But these guys are all a family, and over all those 10 years, people have left, new people have come on. but no matter what, it's been a family, and I love all of them. It hit me today that Pusher wasn't here taking pictures.
Thank you for saying her name, Josh.
So, I just realized that. She's been doing it for a long time, so it just hit me. We're also missing Andrea. And
She's here.
She's here.
She's here. She's here.
And I planned this last Saturday, but Cody's mom. She's always in the corner, on the outskirts.
Something just struck me that I'd never heard before, and I've been coming since 2010. So, because one of my favorite Joshes there, and then I met the other favorite Josh. I have never heard. There's been some great staff members. Don't get me wrong. By the way, what was her name again?
Miss Morgan!
That one was my fault. You can't blame them.
Thank you.
But I heard something that I'd never heard, and I want to make sure you guys really heard that. And that's that she recognized that she was jaded, and y'all know she had a darn well good reason, because you know there's a lot of pick your words back there.
Rough friends.
Special personalities. Special personalities. And she not only recognized that she was feeling jaded and stressed and tired, but instead of just going, whatever, she's like, I want to see the other side. I want something that makes me not feel that. And she tried something, and that something was here. And then she came back. And then she came back again, even when she didn't want to.
That's our story.
Damn it, Pryor! What you guys are doing, I mean, you're talking to us about how much we mean to you and watching our faces. But that was the first time, and I don't mean to discredit any other staff member here. They have a tough job. There's people that could have caused a problem in a group like this. And over the years, they've found that you guys are a good group. And when people come in, they have to behave that way too if they want to be in this good group. And she now is one of many, hopefully, that are starting to see that other side and maybe bridge that gap. Because for every person that's a special personality, there's also a good person out there that just made a mistake. So I wanted you guys to make sure, because that struck me. Thank you.
Who said that?
So yes. I just wanted to end on a different note. Cool. So Johnny Stallings made you a promise, and I want to make sure that we get it done tonight. Oh yeah. This gentleman right here came in and played the cello. Don't know if you guys know. He's a genius at playing the cello. He came in and played it for us, wowed everybody. The entire institution was talking about it. It was incredible. Johnny promised that if he did that, the Acapellans would sing him a song. So we're gonna go get our starting line. Encore.
What a wonderful
I hear babies cry, watch them grow, much more than I know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Wonderful,
Thank you all so much for coming out. You have a wonderful night. We appreciate you. See you again next year.
Appreciate the concert back then. Hope to see it again soon.